Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DJ in Real Life. It's your boy DJ. It's my real life on the internet, or what one could call a real life on the internet. Now, I'm not used to this new beginning yet because I'm used to going on saying I'm going on IG Live and something like that, but I'm not on there anymore because the limits and all the technical limitations that they gave on me, and I can't record live there, or I can't and if I try to upload, it takes forever. So I've decided, I'm on YouTube now, so I've got to get used to this. I got to get used to the old beginning. I may have to get a script again so I can start practicing it and getting it over and over and over. May have to do with the ending of the show too. But welcome back to the show today. It's the end of August, and I'm sort of today, because I've got a lot of different things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to revisit an old theme of mine that I used to do for my blogs, from DJ's Random Thoughts. I'm doing a Random Thoughts type thing today. I'm going to be jumping all over the place today. I might jump in timeline, jump in subject, stuff like that. So got a lot to say because it's just, it's the first real episode outside. I did the Las Vegas one last time and haven't gotten too much response from it yet. But again, we're back on YouTube, so I'm going to try and ramp this one up a little bit more, especially if I can get going on doing episodes and getting things in the can and stuff like that, depending on where I am, what I'm doing at any one time. I'm not gonna, like I said, I don't have a steady timetable for episodes right now. This could be the last one for a while. This could be the last one the next day. I don't know, but it's all because depending on events going on and stuff I want to talk about. And there's a lot of things I'd like to talk about, but just nothing that has caught my attention enough so I could do an entire episode on it. And that might be partially because of my depression and my anxiety. I've been dealing with a lot of that kind of stuff lately, just because, I think I talked about a little bit in Las Vegas. Well, I was in Las Vegas, but no matter where I go, there it is. But I've been dealing with a lot of that kind of stuff as of late. I've had a messed up sleep schedule. I mean, a really messed up sleep schedule. Right now, I'm recording in the middle of the morning, very early Sunday morning. It's the end of August here. So, but I have been on a messed up sleep schedule, and I can't seem to get myself back to a good one. Now, I have missed a couple of things because of that. I had an opportunity to go to a couple of things, and I just couldn't do it because my sleep schedule was so messed up. I had to sleep. I was like, I would try to stay awake, or I'd try to set myself up to do that. And being part semi-retired right now, that's where I'm at the moment. So it's sort of strange to be in that situation, but it's weird because when I was doing the show, I was doing it daily. I felt like, compelled I could talk about stuff, and there's little things here and there, and I got little things. But, since I'm going to the back of the episodic format that I did before, maybe even random thoughts type things, but still DJ in real life, it's going to be a little different. It's not going to be like the everyday stuff. So I'm trying to compact things as much as I can put them off the top of my head. Now, today is off the top of my head type episode because it's going to be random. It's going to be a little bit here and there. The last episode actually took a lot of space on my computer, so I'm going to try and it's weird because I'm doing these episodes now. Now I've got to go worry about space limitations and stuff like that. I got to find different formats a little less in the format so it doesn't, when I upload, it doesn't take forever. I want to get on here, get going, and get it uploaded and be on my way. I hope people like the beginning and ending of the show. It's quicker, a lot, just to get it out of the way. Just wanted to do it like that so I could just get right to it and get to the show. Sort of a new idea. I was hoping to do like full titles and full stuff, but I'm finding it's not really that necessary. I do need to keep track of what, the episode titles, not just episode titles, but what episode in the series, is it the second episode officially? But it's my first one since that I'm doing like this since I was on IG Live. The last one had pre-recorded commentary from last year, so that took up a majority of that took up pretty much most of the episode last time. But this time, full new material, all different material. Today it's going to be random thoughts, random all over the place. So bear with me as I get through this. I'm just trying to remember stuff off the top of my head. One of the things I've been trying to do as of late, because the summer's winding down. We're now pretty much almost into unofficial fall here. Fall officially hits in later September, but it's like summer has unofficial summer in between Memorial Day and Labor Day. Well, Labor Day's tomorrow, and that starts the unofficial fall. And you get your unofficial winter and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of my summer's pretty much over. I think a lot of people's summers are pretty much over. A lot of people going back to school, work, whatever they're doing, they've had summer break. And so far, I will say this about this year. I haven't talked about the year yet. I'm just talking about August. I just said it's random thoughts for August this month, but only because I just need a title. It's basically it would be an interim title, but I was like, oh, what the heck? I'll just use the whole title. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on so far this year. I've been a lot more active than I have been in a long time. A few weeks ago, and I just didn't even think about this last month, since I got off, it's been about a month. It's been definitely over a month since I've been on IG Live or daily stuff. And I think I did need the break. I needed to get away for a little bit from it. But I did do a couple of things. I went with my friend Stan to a car show, my friend Stan Hankton, to a car show up in Ravenna. And I will say something that I've never thought I'd say, and it never occurred to me until after it happened. It was the first time I did anything with anybody since my mom died. That's true. That's the truth. I mean, any activities. I'm talking about every place I've gone by myself. I've gone to down south. I've gone to festivals here. I've gone down south, obviously, to Daytona and to Daytona, to Wilmington, and of course, to Columbus by myself. All those activities I've been by myself. And only within the last month, this is the first time since around the time my mom died. I mean, I did stuff around with, around the time my mom died. We're talking about November, December, I'd join up with people or I'd see people. But this was the first time, I would say it was a year and a half, well over a year and a half since I did anything with anybody. So just walking around with Stan, it was one of the best things I've done in a long time. I just liked having the company. And it was his idea to go there. We got to go in my Jeep. He's the first person outside my brother to actually ride in my Jeep with me. If I remember correctly. I'm not sure if anybody else has. I think it's just my brother. So, and nice little passenger. So that's the first passenger outside of my own family that's been in the Jeep with me. That's been sort of cool. But hoping to do a lot more things with a lot more people. Stan's open and stuff. I'm hoping to do some more stuff with him. But it hit me that I hadn't done anything with anybody. I talked about trying to bring people along and stuff like that, but it just never happened. And a lot of times it's due to other people's availability, not so much mine, because mine, pretty open, but a lot of people are not. And some people got sick of me being around, so that's on them. But things have changed. I'm not the same person I was since my mom died. Things have changed to a point where I'm feeling more open, being able to do stuff again. So, but I'm getting out there. I'm trying to get a life again. I'm trying, this is another attempt at me getting a life, but this time it's different because no parents, a lot of things that have held me back, a lot of different realizations since my parents died about myself and about, people and how I relate to people. That's been different. It's not something I ever expected. I may talk about that sometime. A lot of the inner revelations, and it's a little involved because it goes back to when I was a toddler, all the way back to then, but just stuff that started then and went through my life and finally got to a point where I could actually think it through and feel it out and accept it. And it's sort of weird. I'll just give a teaser of that if I ever do. For a long time, I was ashamed of being a smart guy, intelligent. Never told anybody that. But I'm not really ready to talk about that right now, but it's involved. It has to do with stuff that happened in the past, how I learned, how I did that stuff. But that realization just made me realize that thought, that and stuff that's accompanying with it was put me into some serious contemplation. And I was hoping it may have reflected a little bit because I love being smart now. Don't get me wrong, I love being smart now. But for most of my life, I considered being smart or actually being intelligent. And there will be a day I will be able to explain that a lot better than I can now. But right now, I just want to do the random thoughts. I just want to, that's a tease for a potential episode coming up. Other than that, I've been trying to do other activities. I've been trying to get out of the house to watch games. I wanted to watch some football games, And I'll get some on UFL in a little while here, so bear with me. There's some news about that. I haven't talked about that yet because it's happened since the show ended. But since the IG since Instagram ended, my Instagram show ended. I've been trying to get out of the house to watch some games. I didn't get out today. I wanted to go to watch the game downtown. I'm going to Barley House down in downtown Akron to watch some of the games. Went to a couple games so far. Hoping to do more. I was hoping to join like a Browns backers group, or if barring that, starting one. I want to get out and be around people again. I'm getting that itch. I'm getting that urge. I'm finally feeling like I'm ready for that. And I've also been trying to do stuff. I did talk a little bit about the Talmadge Dems. I haven't gone to a meeting in a while. I didn't see a meeting recently. I just didn't see it advertised, or if I missed it or something, I don't know. That's on me. I couldn't find anything. Maybe they didn't meet. I'm hoping next month they'll meet. I can finally find out what's up with them. I'm taking my time with that. I'm also taking my time with the Browns just to see who's watching the games and who's doing what, and to get out of the house. I just need to get out of the house. I don't want to be stir crazy. I've been stir crazy before. I've had bouts of stir craziness. Last year I had stir crazy. Before I got my Jeep, I was pretty much stir crazy. Starting to get stir crazy. If I hadn't got the Jeep, I wouldn't have been cured of that. But there have been times where I've been really stir crazy. Just not so much the availability to get out, but just not stuff to do, and just wasn't ready to deal with people. I am now, but I wasn't then. So I'm trying to get myself out in the world, do more activities. Got the Ravenna Balloon Affair. I know a few people that might be going to that. That's going to be over, actually, it used to be at Sunbow Valley Farm, but they're selling that place. They're doing something. They're closed it, and they're selling it, I guess. I don't know what they're going to do with it. It should turn into a park, but I don't know what's going to happen with it. So they're going to, from what I understand, the Ravenna Balloon Affair is moving over to the Portage County Fairgrounds, Randolph Fairgrounds there. Off 44 near 224, just about, I'd say about a mile or two up north of 224 on 44. They're going to move it there. So it's actually within my line of sight now, but I can actually go to that. It's not as far as, I'm not sure if it's as far as the other one was over in Sunbow Valley, but I think it's actually closer to me this time. Still in Portage County, but that's coming later in the month, next month. I'd like to say it's the 20th or 27th. I don't remember which weekend it is, but let's go check. I'm going to probably go check that out. Like I said, I want to hit up Browns games, maybe some Buckeye games, just to get out of the house. Would have gone out today, but one of my friends was out that I knew. I met at one of the bars when I went to watch it. His name's Gene. He's got a show named Gene on the Scene on Facebook. You go look that up if you guys want to. I think it's his personal account, but I think he may have something set up. I don't know. But he's been getting out and about, sort of what I do, but he's doing more. He's more active than I am. He does it on Facebook. I want to do this on YouTube. So, but anyway, he's out there. Hoping to see more people out, just to go out and do stuff, just to watch the games, if anything, just to hang out. Just if you want to get something to eat, buy something to eat. Helps businesses around here. I did go out to the Pizza Fest yesterday. Oh, not technically yesterday. It was Friday. Friday night I went out to the Pizza Fest, and they had a band out there. It was a really good band, but it was getting cold, man. I mean, the pizza, I had Jet's Pizza and I had Genino's because they had their Pizza Fest. Pizza was cold from Jet's. I mean, I like their pizza normally, but it was just cold. Maybe my brother might have liked it, but I'm not into cold pizza. I like mine hot to medium hot. But I also had Genino's, and it was all right. I didn't try upper crust. And I didn't see Little Caesars there, and they had a couple others that they were from bars, so they don't have the pepperoni. I'm just a basic pepperoni guy. But I did go to that last night. It was packed last night. Oh my Lord, it was a packed house last night because of the concert. And there's a lot of vendors out there. There's a lot going on last night, and that's because Lock 3 is finally open after last year. They've been doing a lot of construction out there. Finally done with it, and it has changed a lot. They moved the stage to the back area where now people can actually see it from the street. There's a lot more places to walk around. There's a lot more. It feels like a park. It feels like Central. It feels like a form of Central Park, Lock 3 Park down off Main Street in downtown Akron. So that's been a big deal, and I might hit up a few more of that stuff because there's actually some life coming back down to downtown Akron. Just some life. heard about a place, not a club, but a cabaret that might be opening and might have nightlife or something like that, but I haven't seen anything about it since it's opened. So I don't know anything about that. I said I was going to say something about it if I found anything, and that's all I know. Um, but I'm not going to go on that. Just a little bit of life coming back to downtown Akron. It's been missing for a while. Even when they had concerts down in Block 3 and stuff like that, it didn't have the vibe that it had after the construction, after construction of Main Street, reconstruction of Block 3, and reconstruction of buildings around the area and businesses. It feels a little different, just a little bit. Not much, because there's a little bit of familiarity. I think a lot of people know it can be barren at night and can be barren times, but just empty. But there's some life going on down there outside of the baseball games. Of course, those baseball games will be ending soon because their seasons are ending soon. The minor leagues will go into their playoffs here pretty soon. And, of course, the pros will be going for another month or so. The Guardians, and, of course, the Rubber Ducks down in downtown Akron. But there is some life coming back down there. Just a little bit here and there. Now, if they get some nightlife down there, that's a whole different thing. And if I get a chance to influence that, I'd love to be able to do it, to be honest with you. Just so I can do it. And I know I want to give... It's not the same anymore because I don't dance much anymore. I've had issues with my back and issues with my legs. Haven't done that in a while. I've talked about wanting to do it, but the spirit's willing, the flesh isn't able. It used to be the other way around. But sometimes the spirit wasn't willing, the flesh was able. But this is now, I'm at a different point in my life where I don't need the dancing, but I'd love to do it if I could do it again. If I got myself an extra day, great. If I don't, it's not going to kill me anymore. I thought it would at one point. Several points I thought it would be like that because it was a part of my social life. But I'm living my life different, and it's not as necessary, but I'd love to do it again. I know a lot of my friends have done it. The last time I did any dancing was at a festival down at the what was that? Vernon Odom Boulevard. They had one of those little festivals. It was Juneteenth. Yeah, it was Juneteenth, and I did the To Me Is Can't Get Enough dance. It was a great dance. I still do it. I still know it. It was still actually in my head. So I've had it after all these years. I still have that song in my head. I still have that dance in my head. And I've been looking at some of my old dance stuff too, just so I could get myself back into shape. And actually, it might help me if I start walking again. It might help. The dancing might help me with walking, if anything. But I would like to be able to give my focus on nightlife now is not so much just about myself. And it always hasn't been about myself. I always want my friends along, but if I do anything with nightlife, it's because I want to pass on the kind of fun, the kind of excitement I had when I was there, when I was doing the nightlife, when I was a young teen, when I was an older teen, or was in my 20s or 30s. Some of that stuff has been missing, and it's the stuff that brings the joy, the stuff that brings the happiness, just a vibe that's been missing for, I would say, close to 20 years. I would say even when I went to the Red Fox, it was more of an adult vibe. But there was it wasn't always an excitement vibe where you felt like just pure joy. It was just sometimes there was a lot of, you had to stand on principle. You had to stand in your place, or you're just trying to show off or something like that. Or I was just trying to hang out. I want to bring the vibe I had back. Well, I'd say 20 years ago, because I remember when I'll talk about me and Stan and a friend of ours named Daryl would drive down to Columbus to a place called it was called Club Dance. And, well, actually, it was the Bourbon Street side. It was Big Easy. Then it became, Screamin' Willie's. But it was also Club Dance before that. That kind of vibe. I wanted to bring something like that back here for other people so that they can have that fun vibe. No fights, no, just going out, dancing, having fun, hang out a little bit, maybe have an arcade game over here or a card game somewhere else, sit down, chill. I want to have that kind of environment. And I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. I haven't seen anything like that since then. And I think a lot of it was dying then because of where it was, and it was dying as a club and stuff like that. Now the bar itself is called Aftermath. I have an idea for what I want to do for nightlife, but it's going to take a lot to work with. And there are other things I wanted to add to it in terms of space, in terms of activities, in terms of things I want to put into a place that has nightlife, or not just nightlife, but even just other stuff that go on in the building outside of the nightlife that I've had. I've had these plans for, I'd say, a couple of years now. Actually, about since February or March of last year, 2024, I started formulating these plans, and I've got ideas. I'm going to probably be looking into that here sometime in the next few months because I need to do something with my life, and that's something I feel I can bring a little bit of that experience, a little bit of that joy. I want to bring that to Akron and maybe to other areas. If I get a big enough business, I'd love to be able to do it. I haven't always been business savvy. I haven't been always thought about it. I've tried to think about it. I try to learn as much as I can, but I haven't always had that savviness. So I want to get that savviness. I want to be able to get that funding. I want to be able to get the connections and stuff like that so I could, because I know locations I'd love to do this for nightlife, but it's just not there right now. And I'm hoping maybe get a few things knocked out here and there, and just in terms of things going on in the world and things going on now. Hopefully I'll be able to work on that. And that's a project that's going to be maybe the rest of my life. That's the one thing I would like to do, is bring that joy, bring that happiness to a nightlife so you can just get away for a night. You know, you can go there and come back. It's like where everybody might know your name, like Cheers. Or just have, you have those times like I had at Ohio State when I was at Park Alley, or when I was at Club Dance / Screaming Willis, basically Bourbon Street that we call it. That's because there was always Bourbon Street side and there was a countryside. Having that kind of excitement, going to a place, I want to bring that to other people and have, or at least bring the opportunity for other people to have what I kind of joy that me and some of my friends have had over the years, hanging out together, creating close bonds, or creating separate bonds. You never know. Life goes on. But I wanted to bring that to younger folk. I want to bring, I'm talking younger folk, like I'm an old guy and I ain't getting old. I'm in the mid-50s now. But I wanted to bring that type of vibe back. That's been missing. I think it's been missing from a lot of people. I don't know if other people ever felt like that, but if for those people who've never felt it, I'd love for them to have it. And I want to bring that to newer generations, not just one generation, but newer generations. So it could just keep going and going and going. Even long after I'm gone, I would love to have that keep going in some form or fashion. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to do in terms of nightlife. Now, in terms of immediate nightlife, nothing doing at the moment. I'm still just in terms of recent activities. The other thing like I said, I wanted to do Browns backers or just watch Browns games out. I'll probably go to the Barley House for now, unless place else has a better vibe or something like that I feel like I can fit with. I think Barley House is going to be where I'm going. It used to be where the old what's that? Shoot. I used to go there. Shoot, I can't think of the name at the moment. God damn it. Not Screaming Willie's, but oh shoot. Oh, what it was before. It's at the same place. God damn it. I'm having one of those days. I'm really, you can tell I'm off the top of my head. You know what? I could check really quick. Let me see here. I'm going to get online here. Give me a moment. You can see just this thing on the front here. Get on. Oh, Jesus. I can't remember names right now. It's late at night, and I just want to get the 222. Say it used to be old owners. Let's see here. Let's see about the address. If I get the address, I can do that easily. But I could get the address and do a Google search of that and find out what was on there. Man, I'm having one of those days. But it was shit. It's the club I went to. Damn it! You guys are gonna think, oh, you remember the name, but you know what? I'm having a brain fart right now. So there's a brain fart. Jesus Christ! I don't get this. I get this every once in a while. I want to think of something, and it just hits you hard. So, man, I hate that. Man, whole club. You know what I could do? Maybe I could do it around 2004 or 2003. Because that was in 2003. That was shoot. I've had one of those days. But the club I used to go to, Jesus Christ, wasn't Screaming Willie's. God damn it, it wasn't Screaming Willie's. I'm just having the day. I want to know now. I'm going to be looking at this, but this is just, I'll talk a little bit more here. Just trying to Game Surge. No, that's not Game Surge. What was it? M Street 2003. Maybe I can find it then. Oh, Jesus Christ. Burley House. Oh, it used to be old club. Man, I'm just having one of those days. I'm having really just a little bit of a tougher time because I haven't done my daily stuff. I've been just chilling, watching TV. And there's stuff on TV that's been around that I'd like to talk about. Just a few things here and there. I'm doing when I'm talking about the show coming up on the show. I'll get this eventually here. Shoot, I know what I can find. 2005. See if that does the trick. Yeah. I know this. There was a shooting outside the place, so let's see here. Find the name of the damn club. I'm having one of those days. I hate that. Oh, but they have one down in Columbus now where I used to go down to the old country place over on Westerville Road. So that was just oh boy. Oh my God. This is very, very tricky here. But I think it was 2006. Because it's what? Jesus Christ, man, I'm just having Akron. Downtown Ohio. Oh, here we go. About to find it here. Nightclub district. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh God. I'm just having one of those days. Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm getting up there. It's not easy. Trying to find Michael Doss. They have that. Nightclub, dude. Harry Buffalo. I can't believe I forgot that. It's been what, 22 years since I was a regular there. And I can't forget I got that. I can't believe I forgot that. I can remember Banana Joe's. I can remember the Outside Corner, but that one I always forgot. And I think it's partially because of Bobby George and his dad being jerks and trying to, the MAGA people and forget that. That may have been why I forgot it. But the Harry Buffalo. They have a Harry Buffalo down on Westerville Road now that we're near where I used to live. More country than anything. But it was the Harry Buffalo. That's where Barley House is now. It's the same location. I'm just watching games there. There's this big stage. They don't have dancing anymore. It's just a sit down place, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to change up nightlife, to bring people back to different nightlife things. Get out of this here. Close this. There we go. Finally, you can tell I'm having one of those days. But at Harry Buffalo, that vibe that I had at the Harry Buffalo, and then we transferred it down to Columbus, and then you saw the excitement vibe. A lot of my Columbus friends know this. A lot of my Akron friends now know this after 2003. They found out about it. That kind of vibe. I want to bring that back here to this area, and maybe to other areas as I go along, but as I expand. But I want to bring that vibe back. And it's not because of the music, it's because of the vibe. Music changes all the time. I had that vibe when I was in Columbus in 1991, 1992. I had it in 2003. Started to get a little bit of it in 2013, but I was trying to bring that vibe there, and it just, I was in a different place in my life, just coming back here, 13. So now it's different. I want to bring that kind of vibe back. It's been missing for a long time, longer than I'd like to admit. But you sort of go to places and you remember that nostalgic look. It's not, I don't want to make it nostalgia. I just want to make it now. I don't want to make it nostalgia. So I guess that's a goal that I'm going to probably work on the rest of my life. That's probably one of the things I really want to work toward and work to for the rest of my life, to get those kind of places up and going. and bring other activities that I thought should have been gone there a long time ago that would help maintain that. Maintaining it's always been tough, but it can be done. I've done it. Um, Depending on what kind of people you have around you and what kind of vibe you want to have and stuff like that. I want to bring that nightclub vibe back. That's been a long-term thing for me. But so I'm actually, this is the first time I've ever announced that I'm going to work toward that. Something like that. Different types of venue. Eventually I'll get it. It might not be an everyday thing, it might be a weekly thing, might be a monthly thing, but I'd like to bring that vibe back if I could, if it's possible. And I think it is, but I just got to get some stuff to work with. So, anyway, in terms of recent stuff coming up, like I said, the games, weather changing, so it means a lot less going out in terms of getting in my Jeep and putting my top down. I might have just put my last top down last month. I wanted to cut it down now, but it's been raining or really cold, and I don't want to have that stuff going on in the Jeep. So I'm probably done putting down the top unless it gets really, really warm out. Sorry about that, folks. That was me and hitting the cord on the phone here. I have it linked in for right now, but yeah, I think that I'm winding down. So my summer's winding down, and I've been winding down too. Don't want to get out of the house more, but I gotta get back on more of a daily schedule and try to see if I can fix my sleep schedule so I can do stuff again. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I got the yawns right now, but it's not the terrible yawns like I need to go right away. I think it's just I'm a little bit hungry or a little bit thirsty, and might be breathing. I don't know. I just noticed my sinus has been acted up a little bit more the past couple of weeks, so I've been having to do various things just to do that. I got a new back warmer. New back stuff so I could take care of my back. I talked about that last time. So, but in terms of my personal life, nothing going on right now. Nothing much. But I did some, like I said, all the activities I talked about, all the dreams that I want to do, something I want. It's the first time I actually announced what I want to do with the rest of my life and what I want to accomplish. If I get anything, if I ever leave a legacy or anything like that, that's something I would like to work. That's what I'm working on, and I want to keep going until I drop it and keep going some more if I can. That's the first time we talked about that. But anyway, in terms of other stuff going on, I've been sitting around watching some TV, just catching up on things going on, just seeing what's up and not being out in the world right now. I'm still, got real life going on, but there isn't much going on at this point. And in terms of just me, of course, like I said, football started. Not sure about basketball. I would like to hit a game or two. But speaking of football, this is the one thing I wanted to talk about before I got off today. And this is news that came out in the past few weeks. The UFL is, I'm not sure if they're expanding, but they got a new investor by the name of Mike Rapoli. And he has already announced, and the reason I can say it's confirmed is that Columbus is getting a franchise next year. UFL will be playing a team in Columbus. It is a home team based in Columbus, and more likely it will be a relocated team, and more than likely it's going to be the Memphis Showboats moving there. More than likely, partially because they've been on they were thinking about the chopping block, and they're having trouble getting people there, and they're going to use the old Crew Stadium, the historic Crew Stadium that's on 71 near the Ohio Fairgrounds and near the Ohio State University. They will be playing games during some of that time where the kids are in school, some of that time. Part of it used to be when they were on quarters, they would have played the whole time. That wouldn't have been an issue. But now they're back on, turned to semesters back about, 10, 15 years ago. I'd say about more like close to 15 years ago, they turned to semesters. No, 13 years ago. I think it was 2012. They started semesters. But I went on quarters. If they were on quarters, they'd have a guaranteed crowd there. But they went to semesters. I don't know why they went to semesters. Quarters work so well. I feel like I had less to have to worry about during quarters than I did semesters. A little less. It's a little intensive in certain areas, but that's a discussion for another time. Anyway, the UFL is having a team in Columbus, And I've already got to put a deposit down. How do I know this is true? Because I've already put a deposit down for season tickets. Yes, I am going to be coming down to Columbus next year for several games, if not all the home games if I can. That's something I've been looking for, a home team in Ohio. The only place I was going to go that was going to be in Ohio was either Ohio, here in Akron, near the Akron area, or Columbus. And they're putting one in Columbus. I'm still hoping maybe they'll do one in Akron someday. That'd be nice. We're in the shadow of Cleveland, stuff like that, so we've got enough of people to draw from for fan base. But Columbus is getting its own team. We do not know. I do not know the name of it yet. I do not know who's moving there. They're going to keep with 8 teams, I think, next year. That's what was reported. But the guy who's investing, his name is Mike Rapoli. He's been doing a lot of talking as of late, doing a lot of speaking as of late. He's the guy that founded Vitamin Water, and he sold it for billions to Coca-Cola. So he's made his money. He knows how to make money. But the UFL is coming to Columbus next year. I've already asked one of my friends if he wants to come down and watch games with me. He said yes. I am now putting a call out there to my friends and the family and just to put general public. Anybody want to come to watch the games with me? Come on down. The games will probably be about $30 a piece, but it'd be worth it. You're getting a home team, pro team. Now trust me when I tell you, I've been to USFL games. Those were fun. I got to go in Canton when they had hosted a couple of teams, the Pittsburgh Maulers and the New Jersey Generals, back in 2023, a couple of years ago. Those games were fun. It was just fun to go to, and I got them cheap. I got a good deal on it. And going to the championship games of each season, those were fun. Especially the first one, the 2022 championship. Oh, that was great. That was great. That was between, I believe, the Philadelphia Stars and the Birmingham Stallions. It's a great game, great atmosphere, full house. It's about the same size at Historic Crew Stadium. If we get a home team, I'd love to see as many fans so we can support this league. It's a spring league, so it doesn't interfere with your other allegiances to NFL or college football. It's not interfering with it. In fact, it's additional to it. And that's one of the selling points I think they should be making about spring football, but that's what it is. It's extra. It's more. And it's almost a dedicated stadium, so they can get pretty much the dates they want. But people want to come with me to games or want information, let me know. I'll keep a database and I'll keep you guys informed. Anybody who's interested in the Columbus team, whatever their name is going to be, I hope it's a decent name. Nobody wants a stupid one. I'd love to see the Columbus Destroyers. They could keep a Showboats name. It wouldn't be it'd be a little bit of a stretch, but it doesn't hurt. They could keep the branding, keep the colors and everything. They wouldn't have to do too much in terms of branding, but it'd be less costly in branding. But if they wanted to call them something, I'd love to see them called the Destroyers, because they had a Columbus Destroyers AFL arena team. If they had one a UFL team, I think it'd fit. I think it would be great for a name. I don't know of any others that would work. I've heard Explorers, but that might be a little tingy. But I always thought Destroyers would be a great name for that team if they do get a team altered into Showboats. Don't think they're getting the Roughnecks. I think the Roughnecks are going somewhere else. I've heard Louisville might be getting a team down Louisville, southern Indiana, or upper Kentucky, where Louisville is. I heard they're thinking about doing a stadium there. That's been rumored the past few days. But Columbus is definitely getting a team next year. They are playing in Historic Crew Stadium. I do not have a schedule yet. I do not have any of that information yet. There are season ticket deposits you can put in. Anybody wants any information on that, just let me know. I'll get you the info on that. For putting down season ticket deposit on Ticketmaster, it's like $50, but at least it'll go toward games and stuff like that, and it should cut into that. So, but I want to get some decent tickets. I've never been to Crew Stadium. I have never been to Historic Crew Stadium. I've driven by there several times, even when I was living in Columbus and stuff like that, but I've never been in that stadium myself. So this will be a new experience for me, and I'm going to get season tickets. So I'm going to go down to every game I can. It'll probably be 5 games, and then the potential for playoff games. If, the Columbus team's really good enough. Hopefully, if they get enough Ohio players and stuff like that, it should be a really good team, hopefully. Knock on wood. I like the Memphis Showboats, and I like several players, but they never had the right coaching, except for the defensive guy. I like Jaron Horton. He's Ray Horton's son from, he coached the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, his son, Jaron Horton, is a defensive coordinator for Memphis. I hope they keep him. That's one guy I hope they do keep out of that group. I don't know if they could have head coach changes or anything like that, but the team, I'm hoping they'll be down there whoever is going to be in there, they're going to have their own team, regardless of where their origin is from. They're going to have a team in Columbus, and they're going to have a natural. They're hoping to get a rivalry with Michigan, maybe Ann Arbor, who knows? So it could be a Columbus, Michigan, Ohio, Michigan rivalry again, only in the spring instead of the fall, or not just in the fall, but also in the spring. So we got the chance for that. Opportunity for a little bit of opportunity for rivalries and opportunities. But like I said, anybody who's interested in watching UFL in Columbus and wants to go to games, let me know. Want to do watch parties? Let me know. I'm in Akron right now, but I'm gonna drive down to Columbus. I know it's a couple hours drive, but should be fun. I'm hoping for a lot of fun. If more of us go, a lot of us can have our own fun. If not just to hang out, but to watch some good, hopefully decent football. Good football team here. Football's never disappointed me in spring. So the product has always been pretty good outside of NFL and college. They have theirs, but spring's pretty good too. And they've got their own different rules and stuff like that. But like I said, anybody's interested in doing a UFL with me and wanting to drive down with me or hang out or just come to the games with me, let me know. We got a few months ahead time. It's August right now, so they're not going to start up till March. So we got some time. I'll talk more about this as the season comes. I'll be talking more about this here and on pretty much on the show and where I'm at, and I'll probably put it on wherever you guys need it. I'll get you that information. But I'm excited about that. That's something I've really been looking for. I'm looking forward to that. If they ever get one in Akron, I would really be loving that, especially if they play down in Infocision. They don't get any use anyway, and it's 30,000 seats. I think they could get some fans down there. But anyway, UFL in Columbus next year, starting 2026, starting in March. I'll keep y'all posted on that, and if anybody has information and needs to know stuff, let me know. I'm here. Other than that, that's all the random thoughts I have for today. So on that note, I've been talking a while and talking. So I'm just going to say thank you all for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube here, to the YouTube subscribe channel so I could grow the audience here. Don't forget to hook up with the social media, both on Instagram and Facebook, especially the Facebook page, the DJ in Real Life Facebook page, and the Instagram page. If there's any requests for the other pages, let me know. I'll get on those for the show, but I'm going to go ahead and take off. Till next time, folks, it's your boy DJ saying take care, God bless, and I'll see you on the flip side. Goodbye, everybody.